What's up, everyone? It's Isaac with Hunger Smash Fitness coming to you today. So I want to talk a little bit about high reps workouts, basically. So there's a number of studies I've seen recently indicating that CrossFitters are more at risk of injury compared to traditional weightlifting, basically. And some of them look at Olympic weightlifting, some of them look at powerlifting, so on and so forth. And it's really interesting because you actually delve into the numbers, and a lot of the risks aren't necessarily based on the movement patterns themselves, but more on the intensity or the lack of education of the athlete. And I think a lot of this drives with CrossFit because it's newer and a lot of people jump into it and jump into these programs without actually having built a foundation. So that being said, if you actually look at a lot of the studies across the board, if the individual is developing a solid foundation first, an understanding of how to perform the movement and the proper body awareness to perform the movement correctly, the risks really aren't that different. They're fairly close to each other. So with that being said, I think in a lot of sports, they focus either solely on high rep or high weight. So a lot of time with the powerlifting, you see 5 reps or less, or 3 reps or less. And there's a lot of this focus on high weight movement because that is what the sport requires. The sport requires you to go up onto the platform, lift a weight once, and that's it. And you do that 9 times total. So 3 for squat, 3 for bench, 3 for deadlift. CrossFit is completely different. It's either a WOD or it's for time or whatever else. And so there's this high rep component, and a lot of the other sports are kind of in the middle. So with Strongman, a lot of the times you run into either a 1 rep max or a 60-second time limit for as many reps as possible. Once in a while, you'll see a 75-second time limit. It's not as common. And so this is when I stumbled across the Rogue Fitness Challenge of doing 315 for as many reps as possible for 2 minutes. And so that's a very long time span, especially for a strongman athlete. And it could be a very short time span for a lot of other athletes. And this is where, some of the joke with, this is cardio for strongmen. 2 minutes, that's that's a lot of output, whatever. But it got me thinking a little bit more about it because I don't do a lot of 2-minute time stuff. If I'm going to set a timer, usually I set the timer for 60 seconds or sometimes only 45 seconds and try and do as much as I can in that time frame to achieve a specific goal. Or I train lower reps, 3 reps, 5 reps, whatever. It depends on what my focus is. But it got me thinking about it a little bit more and how a lot of the times in a specific sport, we hyper focus on one thing versus another. And if you see a lot of the really successful athletes, so we'll look at Strongman, for instance. If you look at a lot of the really successful athletes, Alexei Novikov or Brian Shaw, Tom Stoltman, they're doing both. So they're training, they have these high rep training days, and then they have these high weight training days as well. And they have a balance of each. And I wanted to touch on that a little bit because with the high rep, especially if you're doing like a 2-minute thing or something like that, you don't want to do that every week, honestly. And it's the same, I have the same opinion with drop sets and stuff like that. They're a great training tool. It's not something that you want to do every week, and especially not every training session. And I see in the gym and stuff, I'm working out at the college gym lately, and I'm seeing a lot more of these 18, 19-year-old kids doing drop sets a lot. I've seen a couple of them, we're only 2 weeks into the quarter, and I've already seen a couple of them do it twice during this time. And I just wanted to caution that. Make sure you know what your plan is, make sure you know what your goals are, and train to that. But be aware of what sort of volume you're placing into your workout, what sort of volume you're placing onto your body, your central nervous system, and all that sort of stuff as well. I think that setting a 2-minute timer and doing as many reps as possible is fine if your body is capable of handling that movement and if it's not overstressed to the point where you're going to increase your risk of injury. So I just wanted to talk about that briefly. I'll attach my video of me doing, it looks like I got about 38 reps in 2 minutes. The guy that was counting for me said that he counted 40, but the video only got 38. So I'll attach that. Cardio, right?
Yeah, it is. Come on. You're almost at a minute.
All right.
Yeah. 30 seconds left.
All right.
Five seconds left. Come on. 5 seconds. Come on. 2, 1. Nice.
And yeah, just comment down below. Let me know what you think, what your opinion is of high reps versus high weight versus what's the balance that should be achieved with that. And I look forward to hearing what you think. So as always, this is Isaac from Hunger Smash Fitness. And just remember to always improve that 1%.